Ever notice how one tiny notification can flip your entire mood like a light switch? You're feeling fine, normal, existing peacefully. Then you post something online, and suddenly your finger develops a refreshing problem. Refresh. Refresh again. Still nothing. Your brain, wow. So this is how it ends. And then, ping, one like. Instant relief. Sudden confidence. You're walking taller, smiling at strangers, considering life choices again. If that feels familiar, congratulations, you're human. Today we're diving deep into why we crave validation, why it feels so good when people approve of us, and why our brains act like a single compliment is oxygen. Let's start with something simple. Validation makes us feel seen. When someone nods while you're talking, laughs at your joke, or says, "I get you," it hits something deep. It tells us you exist and you matter. And that feeling, it's powerful. Your brain literally rewards you for it. When you get approval, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's the same stuff involved in motivation, pleasure, and habit building. Basically, your brain gives you a gold star and says, "Yes, more of this, please." So naturally, you want it again, and again, and again. But here's the thing, this craving didn't come from nowhere. Thousands of years ago, being accepted by the group wasn't optional. If people liked you, you survived. If they didn't, you were on your own. No tribe, no protection, no snacks. So your brain made a rule and never updated it. Approval equals safety. Rejection equals danger. Fast forward to modern life, and your brain still reacts the same way. Your boss doesn't reply to your email? Danger. Your friend cancels plans? Threat detected. Your post gets fewer likes than usual? Existential crisis activated. Logically, you know it's not that deep. Emotionally, your brain is already writing a dramatic soundtrack. Validation also helps answer one of our biggest fears. Am I good enough? When someone compliments your looks, you feel attractive. When someone praises your work, you feel capable. When someone chooses you, you feel valuable. So slowly, without realizing it, we start depending on others to confirm who we are. We let their reactions decide our worth. And then social media showed up and said, "Hey, what if we turn validation into numbers? Likes, views, shares, followers, tiny public scores telling you how approved you are." At first, it's fun. Then it becomes a habit. Then it becomes emotional math. This post did better than the last one. Good. This one didn't. What did I do wrong? Why did they get more likes? Am I falling behind in life, or just the algorithm? And here's the sneaky part. Validation never lasts. That amazing feeling from a compliment fades fast. The happiness from a like disappears in minutes. Your brain always wants the next hit. It's like eating candy. You enjoy it for a second, then you're hungry again. So you chase more, post more, try harder, overthink everything. And silence? Silence feels brutal. No response doesn't feel neutral. It feels negative. Your brain fills the gap with worst-case scenarios. Suddenly, one unanswered message becomes proof that you're annoying, boring, or forgettable. Even criticism hits harder than praise. You can receive 10 compliments and 1 negative comment, and guess which one your brain replays at 3 a.m.? Yep, that one. Because your brain is wired to protect you, not comfort you. It zooms in on threats, even when they're imaginary. So what's the solution? Do we stop wanting validation completely? No, that's not realistic. Wanting approval is human. It's part of connection. The real shift is where your validation comes from. Instead of constantly asking, "Do they like me?" you start asking, "Do I respect myself?" Instead of needing permission to feel proud, you give it to yourself. That doesn't mean you stop caring what anyone thinks. It means their opinions stop being the foundation of your self-worth. Because when your value depends on external approval, you're always one comment away from self-doubt. But when your value comes from self-trust, outside opinions become feedback, not identity. Here's the plot twist most people miss. The less you chase validation, the more confident you appear. And confidence naturally attracts respect, connection, and yes, validation. Funny how that works. So next time you feel the urge to refresh, check, wait, hope, pause for a second. Ask yourself, am I looking for connection or permission to feel okay? Because you don't need constant applause to matter. You don't need likes to be valuable. You don't need approval to be enough. You were already enough before the notifications, before the numbers, before anyone clapped. And if you watch this whole video without checking your phone even once, honestly, your brain deserves a standing ovation. Ever notice how one tiny notification can change your whole mood? You post a photo, refresh again, and suddenly, boom, one like, and your brain goes, yes, I am worthy. I may now live. Sounds dramatic? Maybe. True? Absolutely. Today, let's talk about why we crave validation, why a thumbs up, a compliment, or a good job can feel like emotional coffee for our soul. Here's the wild part. We don't just like validation. Our brains are kind of addicted to it. Think about it. When someone says, you did great, it feels warm, cozy, almost like a mental hug. That's because your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in pleasure and motivation. Basically, your brain throws a tiny party and says, do that again. And that party, we want an invitation every day. But this craving didn't start with social media. Humans wanted validation long before likes and comments existed. Back then, being accepted by the group wasn't about popularity. It was about survival. If the tribe liked you, you stayed alive. If not, well, awkward cave silence. So your brain learned something important. Approval equals safety. Fast forward to today, and your brain has an update to the software. It still treats a seen message with no reply like a life-threatening situation. You send a text. They read it. No response. Your brain instantly creates a movie. Did I say something wrong? Do they hate me? Should I move to another country? All from one unread reply. Validation also helps us answer a scary question. Am I enough? When someone laughs at your joke, you feel funny. When someone compliments your work, you feel capable. When someone chooses you, you feel valuable. So without even realizing it, we start outsourcing our self-worth. We let other people hold the remote control to how we feel about ourselves. And social media, it turned this craving into an all-you-can-eat buffet. Likes, shares, views, comments. Each one whispers, you matter. But here's the trap. Validation is temporary. That like feels amazing for about 5 minutes. Then your brain goes, okay, what's next? So you post again, and again, and again. It's like eating chips when you're bored. You're not really hungry, but you keep reaching into the bag. The problem isn't wanting validation. That's human. The problem is needing it to feel okay. Because when validation becomes your fuel, silence feels like rejection, and criticism feels like an attack on your identity. One negative comment can outweigh 100 positive ones. Your brain ignores the compliments and zooms straight into that one person who said, meh. Why? Because your brain is dramatic. So what do? We don't magically stop wanting validation. That's unrealistic. But we can change the source. Instead of asking, do they like me? We start asking, do I like what I did? Instead of chasing approval, we build self-trust. And self-trust is quieter, but way stronger. Here's the irony. The more comfortable you become with yourself, the less you chase validation, and the more confident you appear. And guess what confidence attracts? Yep, validation. So next time you find yourself refreshing, checking, waiting, hoping, pause. Ask yourself, am I looking for connection or permission to feel okay? Because you don't need constant applause to be valuable. You were already enough before the likes, before the comments, before the validation. And if you made it this far without checking your phone, congratulations. Your brain just survived without a dopamine snack. That's growth.